Hey everybody, welcome to my Eurovision 2021 reaction review video. So this video is going to be slightly different because what I should really be doing is I should really be reviewing and reacting to Spain's entry for this year. I am, but I'm doing something slightly different. So what I'm going to be doing is not reacting, reviewing to his entry, but I'm going to be reacting, reviewing to the English version that got released like a day or 2 days ago. There's a lot of buzz around this English version, and a few people have asked me to react, review this. So that is what I'm going to do.
I don't know if I do really like this song. A bit at the beginning, yes, obviously cheesy, but it does give context to the song. That is so much more better because so much more better? Is that English? So much better.
The moment, all right? And actually sometimes songs at Eurovision are saved in that last minute.
How am I going to kind of do a kind of top 10 predicting who's going to get out of semi-final one? It's going to be an absolute bloodbath. So this year Spain are resending Blas Canto, which was their Eurovision entry last year. Now, this guy is pretty big news in Spain. He is a big artist, so it's a big coup, or a kind of a big award, a big huge credit that Spain has been able to bag this guy to represent them. So last year, his entry Universo. Now, if I was going to do an awards ceremony, because that's how I roll and that's how cool I am, of 2020, then I would say Universo would win my award for the biggest drop. And what I mean by that is when I first heard the song, I was like, this is so cool, this is going to do really well. And it didn't take very long, because I think that was one of the first songs that got released last year. It didn't take very long when all the other songs came along that actually, when I was kind of ranking them and putting kind of them in order of preference, it kept on going down. And yeah, I don't think by the end of last year, it was in my first top half. It was quite close to the bottom in the end, which is strange because the sound of the song should be my sound. I should want to listen to that and continue to listen to that, but I don't know. In the end, something happened. I don't know what. So Spain did a really good job getting him back. I can't remember. He's done a duet or kind of done a collaboration with someone huge in America. It's either Demi Lovato or Kelly Clarkson, one of them. So that's the kind of level that we're talking about here. So he's come back, and he's come back with a song that I had heard, as I've said in previous Eurovision videos. Every Eurovision song this year I have heard at least once. So when it gets released, I'm a Eurovision fan, of course I'm going to listen to it once. But the deal is this year, until I do these review reaction videos, I cannot listen to them again. But when I listened to his 2021 entry, which I had to write down earlier because I couldn't remember what it was called. Voy A Quedarme? Something like that. When I first listened to it, I wasn't particularly blown away. I mean, there's a moment, from memory, I remember there's a moment in the song near the end where his vocals are awesome. But it was a ballad. Universo last year was upbeat. And they had a kind of like a kind of mini selection process, right? They kind of put it up to the Spanish public, I believe. I think there was two or three, maybe two songs, I think, to choose from. And they went for this one. And I remember listening to both songs even prior to then selecting this one. And I remember, it was either two or three. And I just remember thinking, none of these are great. I don't understand. Universo was quite good. Well, I've said that it was my biggest drop. But apparently with this one, he's got writing credits to it, apparently. I don't think with Universo he did. I might be wrong with that. And I've heard apparently there's a real kind of emotional connection with this song. And apparently when he sings it with that emotion. So, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, I've seen a lot of things online whereby people are just not behind this song whatsoever. And a lot of people are predicting that this is vying for bottom place in the final. Because obviously Spain goes straight to the final, no qualification for Spain. So I wasn't surprised by that because I was like, yeah, the kind of, evidently I've listened to it twice, haven't I? If I listened to it before it got selected and listened to it when it got selected, I've obviously listened to it twice. But when I was reading that, I was like, yeah, I guess so, because I didn't particularly. It wasn't. I don't remember disliking it. I just remember being like, oh, next, pleasant, move on. But like I said, this new English version has dropped. That sounds so dramatic. It's dropped. But it was on the. It got dropped on the 23rd of April. So what day are we today? All my days. 24. So yesterday. Okay, so really, really recently dropped. So yeah, a few people have asked me to review react to this. Well, I've already said that his voice is very good, but it's incredible here. I'm assuming he's live, right? I'm always dubious when people translate songs over to English, because sometimes it can sound disjointed. This is nice. Whoever translated it is very good. What is the deal with this song? Is he prepared to go and sing in English? I think it's better. It's better, right? No, hold on, that's not me saying song should be in English. This song in English is better. Also, are we feeling that he should just go with this stripped back version? It's not like forceful pop ballad, which his official version is. Like, this is more powerful, right? Just stripped back. Because I just don't think his original version will stand out. I'm still not saying that this was gonna win or kind of rock Eurovision. This is better, right? Both in English. Again, that's not me being songs need to be in English. I disagree. But this sounds better. Yeah, whoever's translated this is a legend. I think he should send this version. Yeah, he's already done his pre-recording, isn't he? That was good. So if he can't get to Rotterdam, well, they've already done their recording that they'll have to send. And it's the original version. I'm assuming he's still going with the original version. This is just a little nugget for his fans and Eurovision fans, I guess. He's a very good vocalist. Oh, so in that version, he doesn't actually do the... I mean, that was not even close to his key that he does, but he does this really cool, like, vocal acrobatic. He has this vocal acrobatic moment at the end of his official video. I just don't understand why there's so much dislike around his song. Even the original, like, it's fine. I remember people really not liking France last year either. And like I said, it's given me kind of France 2020 vibes. And if you're looking at the betting odds and if you're looking at kind of general feelings of France last year, then yeah, not great. But I felt that was really, really nice. And I can see why people have... I don't know, there seems to be a bit of a ripple effect with that, right? Don't get me wrong, people aren't being like, oh, it's not like a kind of Israel revamp this year where everyone's like, oh my gosh, this is a brand new song, this is so good. It's not that, but I think people can now see when you kind of take that original song, strip it back a bit, kind of see him sing it live, people are like, Oh, okay. Yeah, all right. I can kind of see why Spain and kind of Blas have gone for this. Because my theory was, when I heard the two songs that he was kind of sending for Spain to choose, I was like, mate, like, you are unbelievably successful. Like, it wouldn't have taken you very much, or it wouldn't have been very hard for you to go and get a decent songwriter. I'm sure there were songwriters queuing up to give him a song for 2021. But that's why when I checked when this one won, I was like, who wrote this? And I don't want to say he wrote it exclusively, but he was part of the writing of this. And just sometimes that's more important. Like, I mean, there was a bit of drama, wasn't there, with Netherlands a few years ago, 2017, with that girl band whose name completely forgets me now. Apparently there was a queue of songwriters to give them a song, but they went with a song written by their dad about their mum. And they just, because they had the emotional connection with it. And yes, obviously, the Spanish people picked this song, but he chose the songs that they could pick. And I think this was the better version, right? It was either 2 or 3 songs. The one that they went for was the better one, I do think. But yeah, I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that. And I hope other people did as well, because like I said, in Eurovision fandom, this song and his entry is, not spoken about particularly that favourably, to be honest. But I liked that. Yeah, I can see the potential. I can see why he thought that this was a good choice to give to the Spanish people to choose, and they did. In my opinion, I actually prefer the English version, and I prefer the stripped back version. But I don't know, maybe it's just me seeing him sing it live that's elevated the song naturally anyway. So maybe the original version with him singing it live will be better. But Spain historically has absolute catastrophic staging, where actually Spain sent some pretty decent songs over the last few years that I've really liked, and it's just been crucified by the staging. So it's always Russian roulette when I see Spain's dress rehearsal, because I don't know which way it's going to go, and it normally does underwhelm me rather than overwhelm me. So we'll see. But hopefully, because Blas is so successful, and he's signed by a huge record label, I hope they take control and say, do you know what, Spanish broadcaster, enough's enough. Your history speaks for itself. We are taking over the staging. I'm hoping the same thing happens with James Newman in the UK as well. Anyway, those are my thoughts. Please let me know what you think. Please do comment below. Please do subscribe to my channel and support my Eurovision 2021 journey as I make my way through the songs. And I haven't got many left. I'm doing a fantastic job. Got 4 or 5 left. But yeah, please do subscribe and follow my journey. And until next time, stay safe.
I don't know if I do really, really like this song. A bit at the beginning, yes, obviously cheesy, but it does give context to the song. That is so much more better, because so much more better? Is that English? So much better.
The moment, all right? And actually sometimes songs at Eurovision are saved in that last minute. How am I gonna kind of do a kind of top 10 predicting who's gonna get out of semi-final 1? It's gonna be an absolute bloodbath.